All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming, and I do plan on having this be the last video that I'm going to create for our vanilla Java projects. What I tried doing before, the program now works. All right, what I tried to do when I showed it to you, for some reason it cut out. All right, I'm sure it was something I did, but I don't know what it was. All right. So let me show you. I had to add one line of code. And it was in the come on, we're getting there. The append result, I believe. There it is. This was never being added to our card. So that was the line in question that was, for lack of better words, incorrect. All right, so now that it's been added, let's go into a file, save all, and let's run the program. So run, start debugging. Now, there's my employee entry. So let's put a couple of each type in there. In fact, let's start with hourly and let's put in garbage to make sure that it works. And notice hours must be numeric. If I put it out of range, hours worked must be between 0 and 84. So let's put in 50. And now we get rate must be numeric. And if we put in something that's out of range, rate must be between 0 and 99.99. So let's put in a 20 here. I think that's 1150 or 1100, whatever. That's fine. 40 times 20 and 10 times 30 looks right. All right. Let's put in one more that's non-overtime. And that's 1,000. Looks like I could have put a space there, but it's all right. Okay. Let's do the piece worker. So again, let's put in non-numerics for both and see what happens. Pieces made must be numeric. Let's put in our range value. Pieces made must be between 0 and 100. Price per piece must be numeric. Price per piece must be between a penny and $1, so let's make it $1. And there you go, 100 pieces at $1 per piece. Let's do one more. Let's say 75 pieces, and it's 0.5. I think that's 37.50. It is. All right. So right now, if I do my show totals, which I'm going to do, this should be 2100, and this should be 137.50, and the other two have nothing in them yet. 2100, 137.50. So that works. All right, let's try our third type, commission. Let's do the same way we've been doing this. Sales amount must be numeric. Sales amount must be between 0 and 100,000. Commission percentage must be numeric. Must be between 0 and 0.3, 0.1. Well, I don't have the percentage there, which I should have had, but 10% of that would be 55 cents. So that works. Let's try 100,000 at 0.25, which should be 25,000, I would think. It is. Notice it's added our scroll bar now. If I show totals, this should now be added in there with 30,555, and it is. Let's do our salaried. Salary must be numeric. Oops. Salary must be between 0 and 100,000. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Gross equals salary. Good. Let's put one more number in here. That's going to be too big. 77,007. And so the only thing that should be added now is this should now be what? 89, like 90,000 something. And it is 21, 2237, 2237. Like 33,000, 123,000, pretty close. There you go. So it all works. Okay, we got a working program. So let's do a file, save. This was the last one that we had open. Been a long day, sorry. So let's see. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Let's open up in here. All right, I should be able to do everything I want to do in here. Okay, let's open that up. Got to change to our directory. I think that's the one, to be honest with you. So CD to there. Git add dot. Git commit -m. Again, I want to use the same message all the time in here. Whether that's right or wrong, that's just the way I'm doing it. Today is the 19th. Okay, so that's in there now. Like I said, it's been a long day. All right, everything should have been added now. Let's go back to here. Let's refresh. And there's our payroll. So they're all in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I am going to get the system ready for Kotlin. And I found a couple resources here for this. And some of it I've already done. says to install and use the Kotlin command line compiler with Visual Studio Code, you must install the JDK, which we've already done. Set up the Kotlin compiler on your operating system and configure VS Code extensions. So, step 1, install the JDK. We've already done that. So we should be able to double check that even with this. So let's CLS here, Java minus version. And there it is. So we know that part's working. Step 2, install the Kotlin compiler. It says for Windows, download the latest from the official Kotlin GitHub releases page. So that's here. Okay, they want the zip file, which I think would be that one. Okay. Extract the zip to a permanent directory. So on our C drive, under the desktop, let's go and add a new folder that we're going to call Kotlin. All right. And now it says that we are to extract that to a permanent directory. So let's do this. There's a lot of ways to do this, but let's do it like this. There's downloads and there's the desktop. Okay. And there's Kotlin. Extract. If I screw it up, you're going to see me screw it up. Okay. Would imagine it's probably in the bin, whatever I want to use. So that'll be the path to it. Extract it, copy the full path to the internal bin folder. Okay, and here we got to type in edit system variables. Come into here, environment variables probably. Come in here, find the path. Click new. No. Click OK. No, that wasn't right either. Environment variables. Path. It's not a variable we want to add. That's what we want. All right, we've got to give it the path that so we got to do a new one here. Okay. Click OK, so that should be in there. Click OK. Click OK. That should be done. Don't have to worry about the Mac, anything else. So verify. We have to get, we can't do it here because this was already open. So let's see if it did install correctly. Good. Okay, we've got that done. Open Visual Studio Code. Okay, let's close all this stuff because we don't need that anymore. Open the extension marketplace. Well, they say you do it Control-Shift-X, but I don't even think we have to do that. Control-Shift-X. Okay, there it is. Search and install the Kotlin language. And I don't know if I've got that on here yet. So, Kotlin language extension. Let's try it without the extension. I'm going to, should be that, so I'm going to install that. Next, it says find the code runner extension. Which looks like web, run Java. Install that. Okay, those should be in there now. So we got open, done all this, create a new file. All right, so let's do a file, new file. So we'll do it right here. And when I say right here, I mean under the desktop. So let's create a new folder here. Just call it test. Project name, test project. All right. So inside of source, I believe, there's app.java. Okay, so that's in there. So let's go to run. We don't want to do that. Let's get rid of app.java. So let's delete that. And let's add in here a new file. And we're going to make that new file hello.kt. It's got a different extension. And I'm going to add everything they tell us to add right here. Paste. See if we can run it if we get something. Don't have the extension for debugging Kotlin. Should we find it in the marketplace? Guess there was another one there that they didn't tell me about. Will it run now? Good. Might have to change that. I don't know. Kotlin debugger. That's there. That's there. Getting a bunch of errors, which isn't good. Cannot find a class with the main method. Well, I put in what they told us to put in here. Let's double check what they told us to do. Let's get rid of this. To run the file, click the play icon provided by CodeRunner in the upper right corner of your screen. Alternatively, you can run the command line tools. I want to do this. See if we can find the play icon. Kotlin C is not recognized as an internal or external command. Cannot find a class with the main method. Well, let's do this. See if we can get it from here. I don't know if we can or not. And that'll have to change too. Now I gotta remember how to bring up a terminal in here. View. Terminal. Kotlin C is not recognized as the name, etc. All right, I'm still getting that cannot find a class with a main method. How about this? Because I'm ready to give up for the evening. Show me a simple hello world Java Kotlin program. All right, then let's try this. What's going on here? All right, now let's see if we can run it. So file, let's save it. Didn't like that. Let's try it. Cancel. Copy. Still says Kotlin C is not recognized. Well, I'll figure it out. Get back to you tomorrow or the next day. Talk to you soon.